What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. Man, it's feeling good, Cancer. I'm with it. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So, Cancer, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our lovely ruler here, the good old Moon. This is Rhonda for those of you who are new. I'll have to tell you a story about that one day, Cancer, how she even came to be. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course. It's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Jupiter Day. It's Thursday. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling abundant, expansive. And Cancer, the moon is still kicking it in Gemini today. And with the moon being in Gemini, this is a very clever placement for the moon. You might be feeling more witty, Cancer, a little more chatty, just ready to just get out there and socialize and just spread the good word out there. And it's great energy, too, for if you want to do any sort of like learning or anything along those lines, Cancer. If you got any, a lot of like, let's say if you're in school or just been having a study in general, great energy for that as well. You know, the mind might be feeling a little more overactive than normal there, Cancer. Thank you. And also, Cancer, this is a good energy too, because Gemini kind of deals with sort of like, it can deal with travel, but it deals with sort of like that kind of close travel. And just thinking about this could be great energy for if you don't happen to know, maybe like your neighbors, for example, you know, getting to know those kind of closest around you and just, you know, just kind of connecting, Cancer, you know, just kind of getting to learn more about just your environment and things as well. Just a little something random kind of popped in my head there, Cancer. But also, we are in the last quarter phase, Cancer, and this is a great energy for just kind of like letting go and just like reflection, you know, and reflecting on like how things went well or how things may have not gone as you planned during this maybe during this lunar cycle, taking responsibility for that, being compassionate with yourself, and then getting it and just getting like figuring out what you want to do for this next one, kind of tying up any sort of loose ends and anything like that, Cancer. But it's also great for cleaning or like cleansing any sort of like emotional or physical clutter as well there, Cancer. So just something to think about there with the last quarter phase. And then last little bit, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. Then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box. Also, definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. I think you'd really enjoy them. Now let's get into your general energy of the day here, Cancer. Oh, and look at that, the opposite sign of Gemini. Looks like you got something you need to tell us, Cancer, because you got the 8th card of Sagittarius, which is the microphone card. And with this card, this is a card of news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known, current events, public speaking, speak truth, communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. And how appropriate, Cancer. The energy that's coming through here is the communicate. And, you know, I was actually just kind of talking with someone about communication not too long ago, and I feel like that communication has become a little bit harder than it needs to, Cancer. And we were just kind of chit-chatting about that. But maybe for some, if you've noticed that you've been maybe... Because I'm feeling for some, it's like maybe we've had maybe some troubles with maybe communication, whether this be as far as like maybe getting an understanding from others or getting others to communicate with you, whether this be through work, maybe this be through family, friends, relationships, something along those lines. And if you find yourself kind of struggling with that, this may be like for some, you know, this might be an energy if you find some space to able to do this, to just really kind of just like, hey, let's really kind of sit down and figure out what this disconnect is. Why is there this? Maybe because there's been even some miscommunication or possibly along those lines, Cancer, and figure out what it is that that why? Just why? If that's something that's been resonating with you, or maybe for some others, I almost feel like there's a need to like maybe to wanting to like get out and just kind of socialize more, possibly. Get out in there, maybe go to like I don't know, maybe go to like your neighborhood bar if that's like your thing, or maybe getting out to I don't know, Cancer. You could even do this maybe while volunteering or something along those lines. Do something maybe around the community, like we were talking about neighborhoods and things. Get to know those in your environment, and just kind of get familiar with that. That's always a. I remember talking with someone that they said whenever they move, they always make it a point to kind of get to know all their neighbors, just on the off chance. Let's say, like, for a great example was that one day that they had locked their keys. I think I want to say I don't know where they locked their keys, but something happened with their keys, and just luckily a neighbor happened to be there. They were able to stay with them while they got things figured out. It's fantastic, fantastic. Their Cancer, so that might be something too. Just getting out and maybe even going to like maybe there's some sort of municipal event going on, maybe like an art show, or maybe even like I don't know how much talking you can do at like a music event or something along those lines, Cancer. But who knows? Who knows where you? And you know what? I feel like too, Cancer, even as I'm talking about that, one more thing with communication, we're going to get into the tarot here. But I even feel like there is this energy of just being mindful of how you kind of come across and how you kind of communicate with others, because you never know who you're running to, like who you may run into, Cancer. Right? This could be at the grocery store, or or just kind of maybe just happen to go, you might be just happen to take a walk around the block, you may run into someone, or just I feel like you never know that person or that situation may kind of come back and pay you back in some abundance there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this to get a little more details. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Ooh, our ruler's been paying us a nice little visit. And all these lunar shenanigans here, Cancer. I'm with it. So you have the interesting little reversal storm here. So you have the Moon, the Hermit, and the High Priestess in reverse. And then you have the Six of Wands and the King of Swords here, Cancer. And I feel like for some maybe for some I feel like we might have been sort of in like a reclusive type of mode maybe here as of late, And this, Cancer, this doesn't necessarily even have to be if you're maybe, because maybe for some we might get like this social anxiety or fears or something along those lines when it comes to dealing with people in public. And so this could even be too, maybe communicating through like the internet or something along those lines. Maybe just like joining like a social group on Facebook or Snapchat, or this is now you get outside my realm there, Cancer. But this might be something along those lines, and I feel that maybe for some, whether this be with people or whatever those is, I do feel that there is a need to kind of, with the Moon being here in reverse, to journey, to kind of face our fears and kind of journey out into the unknown. Maybe we have. I'm even kind of thinking too, maybe if this is like communication as far as like even like as far as like in where I'm more so kind of thinking on that if we were having like troubles communicating with others, or there's been that miscommunication, that maybe for some we're kind of afraid of kind of sharing our deeper emotions about this thing, or we've seen these concerns but we're not sure how to approach that in a way that would be received well, I feel, with the King of Swords being here. But because when I'm talking about that, the High Priestess is represented by the Moon, despite Pisces here being the Moon. But now I'm gonna have to give them some flack about that because I think they're the ones that sign I'm about to do next. But I do feel with this that there is a need to not keep that stuff bottled up there, Cancer, because I feel like if you were to, get that talk about this miscommunication and things along those lines, that it could lead to, could be more successful than you may realize. Or maybe there's someone here who's might be afraid to approach you, Cancer, and this might be something, if you're feeling that that they're wanting to talk to you, but there again there's like this apprehension or something along those lines, or you just sense something off. Maybe even taking that initiative to bring up that first to make the first move there. But I don't feel that this is something where, if we need to have this kind of talk, where it needs to be, where it could become potentially like an overreactive thing. Because I feel like the King of Swords, he's a type that is very in control of his emotions. Sometimes he don't even factor them in. But I do feel like that there is a way to approach at have this conversation and come at it with a cool, clear, kind of calm head here. King of Swords is Gemini energy for me too, Cancer. So just I feel like just really just more emphasis on that sort of communication there. But and one more kind of thing here, Cancer. I almost feel like that maybe for some, and this is kind of thinking on like a bigger scale here, because the Six of Wands can be like a card of can be a card of fame, and this doesn't necessarily have to be the like you're becoming the next big celebrity, Cancer. Although I'm all with it, if that's where you're trying to go. But I do feel like for some that the King of Swords is also a very knowledgeable figure. He's very wise, and he has a lot of stuff that he needs to share. A lot of stuff like very kind of very teacher or very mentor like. And I feel that for some that maybe we might be kind of resisting this need to come out of our shell there, Cancer, kind of face our fears and really kind of shine bright, because after the moon is the sun. And I feel like that we may be kind of selling ourselves short as far as like maybe the knowledge and the wisdom that we have to share there, Cancer. That's like I'm getting almost a very kind of like I'm picking up the energy of the High Priestess's husband, the Hierophant, and yeah, just something along those lines of either it's like we're coming to share some things, or maybe even some are thinking about like getting into some classes, or maybe learning from a mentor type, to maybe get some like public speaking or something along those lines, Cancer. So just a little extra something to think about there. All right, let's get another card on the mix. Oh, there's wifey. All right. I'm with it. Thank you. Oh, and there we are, Cancer. That's what's up. I like that 2 days in a row, Cancer. I like this because you have the Five of Wands, the Ten of Stars, the Queen of Swords, and then the Chariot. In Cancer, just by the way, the moons in this deck are cups, and then the stars are pentacles in this deck. In Cancer, I feel like with the Ten of Stars being here, that some of you may have a legacy to kind of leave behind here. And maybe for some, we're just having trouble getting into that like kind of brainstorming phase as far as like, what does that look like? That I feel like, a lot of thinking energy here. It's like I'm But I like this, Cancer, because I feel that, both the King and the Queen of Swords here, I feel like, very air energy. There's like Gemini and Libra for me. And I don't know, there's something here about, for some, it's just like we've been thinking about maybe like, I don't know, it's like sharing this type of stuff. I'm feeling like kind of coming out of our shell here. And with the Chariot, it's like, because I like that Six of Wands Chariot, that if we were to pursue this, just if this is something we're thinking about as far as like putting ourselves maybe out there on like a social, like a TikTok or a Snapchat or a YouTube or Discord or whatever that's looking like, I feel that there could be this more like there could be ways for you to achieve this thing a lot easier if you were to pursue this thing, Cancer, because the Chariot is a very interesting card. It's like sometimes I feel like we get to this place where, where we're on that Six of Wands journey, things are getting a little hard there, and we're having trouble getting that momentum. But then the Chariot kind of pops in with like opportunities. But I feel like it's like really kind of speaking our truth there, and I don't know, like it's like expressing I'm almost getting this energy of like communicating even with like the divine, talking with our high priestess, listening to our intuition and things along those lines. And, of course, there are going to be challenges along the way, Cancer, with this energy. But again, this working towards your Ten of Pentacles, this legacy you're leaving behind, victories that are happening here. You heard me, plural victories, Cancer. But I'm even kind of getting for some others, just with as far as like that, if we're in some sort of conflict or maybe something along those lines, or if we've been feeling that communication has been off or something like that, that there is a way I feel like we can go about this with the King of Queen of Swords being here in a very diplomatic type of way here, Cancer. And I don't know, it's like maybe for some it's like we're just like expecting this sort of like sword fight between the King and Queen of Swords, but I feel like that if you were to face this stuff, Cancer, it may not be as, it may turn out in a different way than you expect there, but let me get a little bit more on the Chariot there, Cancer. Because whatever the situation is, I feel like if we were to really kind of listen to our instincts on this, Cancer, that it would, that things would start moving a lot faster than you would expect, or at least just so that it's not staying stagnant. I don't know, Cancer. Let me get a little more on this. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on here. All right, Cancer. So the Chariot is clarified by the Fool and the Page of Wands upright, and then you have the Three of Wands in reverse. And I don't know, Cancer. I do feel like that for some there is this, I feel like the microphone is yours, Cancer, and I feel that there's something here that there's, for some, there's like a passion, and it's not necessarily, may not be in communication, but I feel like it's like the universe or however you connect to source, Cancer, is really trying to get you to take this leap of faith. I feel like with the Fool, and to allow yourself to kind of grow and to expand here, because I feel like right now we might be kind of limiting ourselves, with our ruler being in reverse here, and if the Fool is Uranus energy, and that deals with like freedom and the sense of this liberation, and I feel like things, energies like that, and it just feels that there's something here, Cancer, that if we were to really kind of tune into like your again, your higher forces, and listen to those ideas, or those just like those like I wonder if I were to do this, or what would it be like if I were to try that, or yeah, pay attention to those signs there, Cancer. I feel like they're trying to lead you to the moon, trying to lead you to greatness, get you to leave this raise the vibration, or leave the vibration a little bit higher than when you came into this journey there, Cancer. Alrighty, let's get some advice from Mercury. All right, Cancer, last little bit here. Oh, Cancer. So you have, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Swords in reverse here, and then you have the World upright. Let's switch back over here, Cancer. Because I'm even kind of getting for some here, Cancer, that wherever this I feel like these ideas that you may have, maybe you want to, I don't know, write a book, or maybe you want to, I don't know, start your own business, or like start a company, or I'm not sure, Cancer, but I feel like something here with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords is a lot of, but especially with them both being in reverse here, I feel like a lot of like healing, and a lot of like inspiration and kind of motivation can really kind of come for you, sort of listening to these sort of like divine messages that may be kind of coming through here for you, whether this be maybe you happen to be talking amongst people and then someone sparks an idea, or even just like, even for some, it's like I even feel like it's taking maybe some of the things that have happened to you and taking maybe some like things that we may have seen as more kind of tragic and things and turn it into your advantage there, Cancer. And I feel that it could really help the world in a way. And I don't, and granted, Cancer, it's could it help, like, in the broad scheme of things. Again, I don't see why not, Cancer. But don't affect how little, how, let's say, for example, if you were to even just help people in like your block, or even like a friend or a family member, it's like it has this ripple effect. You help one person, then they go off and do another thing, and then it does another thing, and it's a beautiful thing how we're all, connected like that, Cancer. And I feel like it would help maybe even others, because after the world is the fool. And I feel like if you take that leap, then that, again, that helps others to kind of take leaps and help others start to kind of heal their type, whatever, whatever traumas or things they may have. And then it's just like, it's beautiful. I feel like it's like what we're all, what I'm hoping what we're all trying to do, just trying to raise the vibration as a whole there, Cancer. And little something to think about there, Cancer. I feel like after a while, we can only ignore those messages for so long. I feel like it's like, pay attention to the signs that things have been kind of popping up in your face, or popping up in conversations and things like that. Again, higher self has a. It's funny how they'll how they'll reach out to you. So, but I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. But I hope that made sense. Very very interesting reading there. But if anything resonated with you, which I hope so, Cancer, give it a thumbs up and share this. Let's get because that's how it starts, Cancer. Like it's you share one idea with someone, whether it's this video or something along those lines, and then it just takes that page energy, that youthful sort of like and that really kind of even helps with like the some inner child healing. It's all just, it's beautiful, Cancer. And then if you haven't already there, Chariot, subscribe, hit that bell button, you get notified now of these videos each day. And then last little bit, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Saturn, your Mercury, your Mars. Just check your chart, Cancer. Then come on over to my other channel, the Chariot Friends. I do weekly videos, monthly ones, yearly ones, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. Oh, there's abundance you're manifesting. Ace of Stars here, Cancer. And look at that. That's the inspiration that we need to really kind of materialize this thing, Cancer. To start, working towards your 10 of Stars, your legacy. What you want to leave behind. How do we leave? How do we raise this vibration a little higher than when we got in here, Cancer? It's like each generation is meant to do something. We're compounding these skills, and even just thinking about the moon, with Pisces energy, that's Pisces is really kind of connected to the collective. Even, just we are too, Cancer. We do share very similar, the water signs do share very similar traits, but Cancer and Pisces in particular, the way that, how we can pick up the emotions and others of our surroundings, and how Pisces kind of picks up like psychically around that stuff. I don't know, Cancer. There's something brilliant that I feel like is trying to manifest here, but we just gotta plant that seed and just see, and then nurture that thing. Really get into your kind of like Empress energy in a sense, and just start, really kind of some heavy manifesting there, Cancer. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here, change the world. And I do feel like too that, Cancer, that can seem, when we think about that, it's like we could think that it could be such a grand thing, but I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be. You can still do your day-to-day stuff, maybe do a little something on the side, or even just, that's even something too, Cancer, now that I'm thinking about that. You could even be, because both, I'm even thinking with the moon and the hermit, Pisces and Virgo, both are great signs of service. You could even raise the vibration just in how you communicate with others, whether this be as, a simple good morning, or just kind of like a hey, or just like a how you doing, or something along those lines. Just something to, I don't know, Cancer, little pleasantry. Ooh, I like that, Cancer. Little pleasantries there. But you got the 19th card here, which is the Tulsi card. It's a card of wealth, and this is ruled by Mercury and Jupiter. I like that, Cancer, singing up with the energies. And look at that. Don't doubt the wealth of what you can. Ooh, I like that, Cancer. Of what you can, of the wealth that I feel like your higher self is trying to like to get you to manifest, if that makes sense. You know, that's where I feel like it's like take these thoughts and these ideas and things and create abundance, you know, and create this wealth, not just for you, you know, but a way that can affect others as well. And it's like we're creating this like soul tribe wealth, this generational wealth. It's magnificent, and I feel that it's I don't know why this popped into my head, Cancer, but I'm just thinking about the sounds that peacocks make, because I don't know if you've been around a peacock, Cancer, but they make it's a rather obnoxious noise for being such a beautiful bird. But I'm not sure, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe for some, it's like we feel like that we don't have maybe something of importance to say, or that we maybe don't feel like we can affect things in a way that. But even though, despite peacocks sounding like they do, when they do their dance and they fan those feathers, there's a place I used to live at, and there was this peacock. Carl loved him. He would stay perched and greet us when we get back from work, and just do it's brilliant, Cancer. It would raise the vibration, and that's what I feel like you could do, Cancer. Don't doubt what you how again what you have, your thoughts and things, and how they can raise the vibration in a way and provide wealth for others, because wealth comes in a multitude of ways there, Cancer. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. So that's a little random little thing there, Cancer. But oh, now I'm even thinking about that too. The 19th. Oh no, that's a sun card. But still, Cancer. Look at that sun. But you stay safe out there, Cancer. And keep eyes on the moon, because I mean, High Priest has been following. What again? What is it? Day 2? A High Priest is making an appearance here. All these lunar shenanigans, it's all over the place there, Cancer. I like that. So you know, the moon's got great things for you, Cancer. Great stuff to cook up. And I will catch you on the next one later. Oh, tomorrow.